We share. Oh, take a ride with me.
I am Elisha Bitrus from a family of 16. I was born and brought up in a village called Krumindodo, Ilere local government, Kaduna State, northwestern Nigeria. I've been looking for an opportunity as this to share with young people how important it is for one to persevere. My dad had 3 wives. If not for that, it would have been more than 20 from my dad. But we are 16 alive presently. The story and the toil of life began July 12th, 1991. As small as we were, about 12 years. Then we went to the farm, myself and my siblings, preparing for our common entrance that very afternoon. Where the common entrance, that an exam that qualifies one from primary school to secondary school. Returning from our common entrance exams that evening, we met our house full of people. We were wondering what is happening, what might have happened, why this crowd. Lo and behold, that was our dad's burial. He had a very brief illness after we left from the farm. Before they could take him to hospital, he gave up. And he was already buried before we arrived home that night. It was the very most darkest night. At that point, you can imagine a full house of so many small children. Firstborn had left the house. He was not in the house. In fact, he had abandoned the house. The first child of my father. Secondborn was a female, married already. Thirdborn was in JSS 2, and we were to join the secondary school. This incident happened as if our dad was told that he was about dying. As little as we were, we had been taught on how to farm. He would take us round to our vast lands. He would be showing us the boundaries of the farms, of the land he had. He always call us and tell us, look, I know from the community so many people are been saying much about him, that why is he suffering these small children? He should have allowed us grow before we start going to farm. And he will always tell us that this is the only thing I can give you for now. Hold on to it. After his death, the common entrance exams came out. We were all given admission, myself and my immediate younger brother, and my two other siblings, females. The females decided not, they said they are not going to school at the moment, at that time. But for two of us now, it was a very major and big challenge rather. We never knew where to start and how to start. Is it about feeding, or it will be about school? Our uncles and the people around, my dad's friend, and only our mom supported us anything about school. But everybody was just against school at this time, that we should stay and take care of the house, take care of the children, take care of, while we are living children that time. But we are now, in fact, I in particular, because I was the eldest, present at home that time. My elder brother was in school. So it was hope about school was lost. We were like, at that point, my mom would tell me, you see my son, just assume, anytime you look at me, just assume that your dad is here. And don't give up. Keep on struggling for about school. You will go to school. And this woman was our only encouragement. She was the only one encouraging us. I called my younger brother. We agreed and decided that we will further with our school. We started, we went for the registration, 91, 92, academic year, just one. After registration, September 91, rainy season, we were thinking what happened when the rain falls. How do we cope? To the glory of God, that school we started from 91. We did not finish secondary school until 2000. About 9 years in secondary school. Those 9 years, we never repeated a class. The only delay for our school was a year in the farm. The next year, back to school. It was very interesting. When we finished secondary school, we were so happy. Even at that, with the years we spent, we were still happy. Now that we finished secondary school, my mom, in fact, even before secondary school, all the advice was that we should get married, we should get family and take care of the house, you know. Can you imagine? I almost got married in 98. After my elder brother finished he finished his JSS 3, 92, 93. went to TC Teachers College, Kaguru in Kaduna State of Northern Nigeria. Got married 96. And then it was like that time he never liked farm like I did. So all my mom was, I let my elder brother go to school and let me remain, let me be the one that would take care of the house. And I never agreed. All I wanted was school. There was this pressure, 98, that I should get married. I almost succumbed. At a point I say, no, I'm not getting married until I finish school. In fact, what I used to tell my mom is that when I finish secondary school, I will get married. And then I will be around. I won't go anywhere again. I'm not going furthering after secondary school. I used to, when I tell her that, she will be calm. And then my younger brother got married in 99. I cried when my younger brother got married. I said, why? We are struggling all together and you want to just dash out the sweat, all the effort. He said, even with his wife, he will still pursue his academic. I thought he was just saying. From my exams, I had 5 credits. Mathematics was withheld. So I needed to rewrite again. I applied for Polytechnic, applied for College of Education, and at the same time I registered for my O-level 2001. That was when I started writing. At the same time wrote JAM, Joint Admission Matriculation. But I wrote the exam. After all applying for Polytechnic and colleges of education. The JAM result came out. I couldn't get the cutoff mark for the university I applied for. While I was waiting for my result, my SSC exams I rewrote. The result came out again. It was same mathematics that was withheld again. 2002, another JAM. This time around, I did not register for SSC until 2003, while I was still writing JAM. In fact, from 2001, I wrote JAM all through until 2018. I was writing JAM. It was just that first sitting that I could not make up with the school requirement. All others, admission. I mean, the JAM scores. I was getting my JAM scores, but admission, I couldn't get admission. 2007, I made up my mind and decided to commit suicide, simply because my friends, many of them had graduated from Polytechnic, some from colleges of education, some of them finished even from the university. One of my closest friends also that year was graduating in 2007, and I've been writing JAM since. I mean, all this while. I said, what is it that God wants me to do? I never knew the package he had and he was preparing for me. It's not that I had money even for the university that time, but I have this belief that whatever that I desire, I go for it, I'll get it. It has been like that anyway. So, that night, in fact, the decision was made after I even did the remedials. I did remedial at Kaduna State University here in northern Nigeria. When we wrote the exams, the assurance was that all those that have 3 points and above, they assured us admission. With the assurance given to us then that day after our remedials, I believed I needed not to see anybody or talk to anybody that maybe I may need help about admission, because I was having this confidence that I did well. And of course, when the result came, I had a good grade, an excellent grade. That admission, of course, I saw admission. Lo and behold, first admission list came out. There was nothing like us, no admission. The school authorities, some of them, the lecturers say, no, we should not bother. Second list, our names are coming. Second list came out, no admission. Until after that time, about VC's list according to the rumor, that was when the then registrar, Dr. Saidu Gold J. Late, he's a very good man, till when I went to him, and unfortunate for me, they just shortlisted even the final list of the admission that day. And in fact, they had already sent for them to go and paste the list, and it was not just pasted at the point at that time when I went to meet him. He was now asking, you are looking for admission here? You even did remedial? I never bothered to come and share with me. I said, oh. When I showed him my result, he was like, wow, what is the problem? He couldn't even help at that point. I was like, okay, he will see what he will do about it. And of course, I believed a miracle was going to happen. That miracle didn't happen that time. The package God was preparing was far different from what I expected and what I ever imagined. 2008, one of my friends, his name is Stephen Alkali, he was then a student of Babcock University in Ogun State, Western Nigeria. Anytime he comes from school, he will always say, Bitrus, I know you very well. I know what you can do. You can make it to Babcock. Just get your mindset. Come to Babcock. I'll just laugh at him most of the time. I will see the impossibility. That continues until that 2008. One fateful evening, I sat and was like, then God, what is it that you want me to do? What exactly do you want me to do? If you don't want me to go to school, then show me what you want me to do, what I should do. Let me know what I should do, since you don't want me to go to school. converse with God that evening, just like a friend. I was talking to God just like a friend talks to his friend. I now had one peace of mind that I've never had. After all plans and all decisions that I'm going to let me just end my life and just end this whole stress. All my friends have finished school. They are working some, and I'm here, still not getting admission. What is it? That peace of mind happened after this conversation. Free through everything as if nothing has ever happened. I went to where I worked that morning. Myself and my friend, Daniel Manava. We just sat and we were gisting, we were chatting. Said, look, let us just go to school. Let's go to Babcock. We said it jokingly. He was joking about it. I also was joking about it. But later on, I became a little bit serious. And I was like, look, tomorrow I will pick this form. Then the form, they just brought the form. The following morning when we came, I told him, Danny, today I'm going to pick my form. So we should pick our forms today. In the evening, I went out, not even having the money for the form. God will do it. In the evening I came back, I was having only the money that could be able to purchase the phone. How I would transport myself back home, I didn't know. I picked the phone. Filled. I was just like, let's see what happened. This evening, fateful evening, I went. I told my brother that, look, my elder brother, I'm going to Babcock. He laughed at me and said, who is deceiving me? I told him, I am going to Babcock. That will be a contract between me and God. I told him that. And of course, he knows me from childhood. If I desire to do anything, I never see impossibility. I would rather try and fail, but I never stop trying. This is the most interesting part of it. All that was in my account was 4,800 naira. Someone going to Babcock, acceptance fee is 150,000. Transport to Babcock, I hadn't the transport to Babcock. But with this faith, after just before then, my conversation I just told you I had with God the second time. After we went for the entrance exams, the Babcock entrance exams, I was sent out in Jingri, Plateau State of Northern Nigeria. I came back after 2 weeks. Admission was shortlisted. Before then, this is our second conversation I made with God. That, okay, I have filled the form, I've written the exams. Now, God, if you know that I cannot make it to Babcock, better let my name not even smell coming out of that admission list. And I meant it. If you know Am I going to Babcock? I will embarrass myself, I will disgrace myself, or I won't be able to make it. Let my name not appear in that admission list. I went the first time to check, the first day to check for admission, search and check everything I could check, because I applied for economics. Check all social science related courses, deeper courses. My name was nowhere to be found. I left, knelt at the cafe. I thanked God. I sang song and I was praising God. While people there were just looking at me, one of the workers gathered courage to ask if I have won a lottery or something. He said, yes, it was a God-answered prayer. I applied for a school, and I asked God if I won't be able to, if God knows that I won't be able to pay the fees, I won't be able to cope in the school, let me not find my name. And lo and behold, my name is not here. So I'm thanking God for answered prayer. He was just looking at me. I left. After 2 days, my friend we wrote the exams together sent me that should help him. He was in the village. That should help him check the admission list. I went to the cafe to check for my friend's admission, whom we wrote the exams together. Lo and behold, I saw a name similar to mine, Elisha Bitrus. History and international relation. I couldn't just, maybe it was a similar name, not actually mine. I ignored until I finished checking for my friend. I couldn't find his, and I came back again to check, to confirm what I saw. Lo and behold, it was my exams number and my details. See, which one is this one again? That was the question I was asking. I said, okay. I don't know. And it was just few days. It was a Thursday. We are supposed to travel to Ogun State, to Babcock University for interview on Monday. Remember I told you all I had in my account was 4,800 naira. And I will be going for an interview after, if I'm qualified, I'm paying 150,000, which I had never hold that money as personal money ever in my life. I was like, God, okay, prove to me. Friday evening, we came for evening worship in the church. After the worship, I was just at the church premises. I heard my phone rang. Phone rang. Lo and behold, it was one of the customers. I have sold books years, about 3.5 years. His contact, lost his contact. He was transferred from his office. He tried to reach me, he couldn't reach me too. And I didn't know he came to Kaduna one time and met one of our colleagues he was walking about and asked if the person knows me. And the person said yes, which he collected my phone number, and he never dialed my line until that evening when he called. He said, where am I? I told him I was in Goningora, entering Kaduna, just as we are coming from Abuja through Kaduna. He now directed me that I should come down to the express road. I ran down. A flash of light. He stopped. I still didn't know who the person was. He came out of the car, though it was twilight. I still could not know the person until I got closer. He lighted himself, and I could now see the face. It took me still some minutes, some seconds rather, before I now remember the person. He shouted, he said, "Elisha, where have you been?" You know, all over, I've never met a good business and markets and someone who know how to market product like you are, as you rather. I was like, okay, thank you, sir. I appreciated him for the comments. He said, "I want to pay you your money." I didn't even remember I was owing him money. He was owing me money rather. He went to the car with the pigeonhole, removed the old receipts of book he bought long time above 39,800. He showed me the receipt. I saw, brought out the money. After that, he brought in more money and said, "Collect this one. I'm giving you this." And the money he gave me was almost more than the money. In fact, it was more than, because it was 42,000 naira. It was more than the money he paid for the books. When I stood quiet, he was like, "What is it?" I told him, he will not understand. He said he want to understand. I told him why. My fees had gathered. He said, "Fees for what?" I told him I gain admission in Babcock. He said, "Like serious?" He shouted. He said, as if that was not enough, he picked more money and said, "Then use this. This is my I'm supporting you with transport." And it was about 22,500. You see, that was the miracle, how it started. When I was leaving Sunday to Babcock, the money was in the pillow, under the bed. Under the bed is the pillow. My elder brother was just there. He was like, I kept on saying, "I'm going." I told him I would be traveling for Babcock that night. He was just there looking at me. Until I left, he never knew there was money there. I told him the following morning, okay, check that pillow after I left. You will see some money there. The money I gathered there was about 136,000. I told him, "I know you don't have any money with you. Keep the 16,000 with you. Then send me 120,000 to my account." When he brought out the money, as he narrated the story after I returned, he could not believe that I had that money in the house. I told him the money just came in between Thursday and Friday. Between Friday and Saturday. Another version. When I got to Babcock, my experience in Babcock, a 4-year course, I spent 5 years. I deferred because of school fees. At the time I was filling the deferment form, there is this garden in the school. We call it Andrews Park. And at the time we were living, there were so many names given to the park. Love Garden also in Babcock University. That was my weeping ground. if I am trying not to worry about the challenges, how my school fees will be raised, I will move down to Andrews Park. I will weep there. I will comfort myself there. In fact, I will force myself to be comforted by myself. And this is the secret. I sing. Before, I will be singing while crying until the song will become genuine. The cry cease. After the song, never will you ever imagine and know in the class or anywhere around in the school that this young man was a self-sponsor in Babcock. Some of my classmates, few of my classmates get to know. And reason why they knew was my time of resumption to school. I resumed late, and at the same time when sometimes you did not pay school fees, sometimes some of the CA, some of the midterm exams, you will not be allowed to write. It's at this time that some have concern will begin to find out, Elisha, what happened? You did not write this exam. Few of them got to know. I had to come out to tell few, like Emeka Akpan, Sheyi, and my friend Chijoke Omerenya. They are the few people that knew that I was self-sponsored and the struggle. Emeka wish he could help, but we are almost the same chapter. Only that he was having some few individuals he could run to, but I hadn't. No. The faithfulness of God kept me on. Work study, I think I did work in Babcock University in almost all departments. Work as a janitorial, work study, works in the cafeteria, work in the grass, work in the supermarkets, almost all the departments. I worked tirelessly, and as God will have it, I graduated. I am a graduate of Babcock University. Sincerely, I must tell the young people that parents or without poverty is not a yardstick. For one, not to pursue your dreams. You could get to any level, even when you are poor. Be focused, be dedicated, be determined, be hardworking, and I trust you. God won't let you down.